Candace Owens no longer supports Trump, and she even said she regrets voting for him. Candace Owens, one of Trump's loudest supporters, is now speaking out against him. On her podcast, she said, "I don't recognize this administration." Why? Because she believes that Trump is going after colleges and free speech. She's upset over what she calls a crackdown on open expression on campuses, something she's always fought to protect. She is in support of Harvard against the Trump administration. Many liberals are saying she has finally came to her senses, while Trump supporters are unfollowing her and no longer in support of her. Many speculate she is mad because Trump didn't attend her wedding, or that she wasn't picked for any role in his new administration. But this is unlikely. Candace Owens is mad that you can't say parts of the Bible. Like you can't say the Jews had anything to do with killing Christ. What do you think? Is Candace Owens hiding something, or is Trump taking this whole Harvard situation too far? Leave it in the comments below.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America, okay? So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrongthink. We got David Friedman. Yeah, arrest him. Arrest Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Get them. I love it. And if you think it's going to stop with college campuses, you're out of your mind. So you better buck up and root for Harvard.
Every American needs to watch this clip.
Let me tell you something, and this is just reality, okay? Going back to just the rules of the jungle, okay? Let all the politicians and advisors around you evaporate for just a moment. Just you and me, ready? People will not fight beside, behind, or for someone who is fundamentally disloyal, okay? If disloyalty and deceit is in your nature, then I highly suggest that you combine it with silence. You can be what you are, but I would advise you do it quietly, Trump, because MAGA is no longer commanded by you, and you know it. You know it. You belong to the Epstein class. That is your legacy now. You're citing CNN, but you're also dissing CNN for having produced certain polls. I don't know. You just told us that we couldn't get on CNN, but now you're saying that we have good coverage on CNN. You're all over the place. It seems like you can't put together a coherent thought. Obviously, Tucker Carlson is in his prime. The whole world understands that. That sentence, he couldn't even finish college. Are you aware that your base is comprised of blue-collar workers who never went to college? Many who never so much wanted to go to college, never dreamed it. The farmers, the ranchers, the plumbers, the electricians, the people who work with their hands. You now stick your nose up to all of those people? Do you know who else didn't go to college? Charlie Kirk didn't go to college. Those men, many, I would say, a lot of the men and women that you and Pete Hegseth want to send to their deaths in the Middle East, many of them, probably most of them, didn't go to college. And let me be perfectly clear here when I say that each and every one of them is infinitely more smart and more capable than you and the people that you surround yourself with in this moment. And for clarity, Mr. President, that's not my fault. That's not Megyn Kelly's fault. That's not Tucker Carlson's fault. You made that trade. You chose money above respect. And what an absolute shame that you chose to do that toward the end of your life, okay? Because you can't take money and things and stuff with you when you go, just your soul. And you sold yours for what? Another gilded ballroom? Let me be perfectly clear when I say this. Charlie Kirk, he died free. You will most certainly die a slave, okay? You are in chains right now, and the entire world can see that perfectly. Man who was once considered a leader of a movement, suddenly reduced to sitting on the side in the Situation Room at the White House while the leader of a foreign country, Benjamin Netanyahu, stands above him, convincing him that Iran represents an imminent threat which can be crippled within weeks? And though I highly doubt that you will be permitted any opportunity to see what the crowd now thinks of you, I have to do my best to try. So here you are. Take a listen.
I don't know who's whispering in this guy's ear like freaking Grima Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings, but they're telling you wrong stuff, bro. Half of the people that I grew up with in this movement are not on Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin's team, okay? We aren't neocons. We aren't war hawks. We want America first. And if you make me choose between America first and MAGA, it's America first all day. That's what MAGA was supposed to be. You were just the best vessel for it, bro. Don't get it twisted.
I keep seeing all these videos talking about Candace Owens switching sides and going back to being a leftist. But I just want to make y'all aware of something. Like, just because we voted for Trump doesn't mean we have to agree with every single thing he does. There are things that he does that I don't agree with. But the problem is, if we talk about it, this is what happens. So this is why we can't find common ground, because we have to be like all or nothing all the time. Hey, we don't agree with everything he does.
Right. That is what I've had to present for you. If you mention the name of Candace Owens, even the kids in the country of America, they know whom you are talking about. They know whom you are talking about, and they know why are you mentioning that name, because these are the public figures. These are not just the people or individuals. These are platforms. They can change anything through their space. When I talk about Candace Owens, I cannot forget Joe Rogan and many other celebrities who used to campaign for Donald Trump during that time. And through them, you know, these are the people who have in their platforms, they're having millions of followers in every platform. When you go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, every platform, they are controlling millions of followers. So whenever they comes out to make a decision or address anything, the impact is very great. It's very large. It's very wide. They're having their followers, and their followers are the people who loves them. So when the people and the millions of the people are following them, and they feel like when you see these people who are closer to the people that we are trying to look at, when they speak positively towards them, maybe it means that they are the best people. So many people are not following Trump because they loved him, but they are following Trump through their campaigners, through these public figures who try to sell them their names. When Candace Owens came out to say that Trump was better and mobilized, and a large group of number followed, that man loved Trump because of Candace Owens. And today, when the same people are watching this bold decision, the shocking move of this lady as how she has made, then this tells you a lot. This tells you that something is happening. Something is happening, and many people were blind. They were following this blinded. So they are coming to realize that they were fooled. They were played. They made a decision that without knowing what they are doing. When you see the majority of the Americans or the white people, MAGA voters, Trump supporters, are moving away, walking out of MAGA, quitting, trying to apologize, asking, begging for sympathy from their own people. Some being abandoned by their own family members and friends. Some being rejected just because they were Trump supporters. It means that people are tired. People are feeling it. And people are furious about all that's happening and why this happened. When you take a look at in America today, what's happening across the farming sector, you will realize that the backbone of the country is dying. And once this happens, the effect and impact is very great. Because once the country lacks food, that's the start and the source of the problems. That's the source of the problems. Because you cannot come and address the people who have the anger. You cannot address the people who have nothing to put on the table. They cannot understand you. So Today, first of all, we have been doing these videos of the rural areas of America and how farmers are explaining themselves, how what they are passing through, what they are facing, the challenges, the crisis. Some are shutting their companies, some are losing their farms because of their loans. They cannot be able to pay or repay these loans. So the bank are closing up because the farmers cannot be afford to go and take these loans. So there's no movement, or there's a circle movement of this money, and this is something that it must happen. It must happen to keep the economy of the country. So today, the American economy, when we talk about the collapsing of America, we don't mean maybe that America doesn't have money. They have a lot of money, but how this money is, the flow of this money, that's the problem. Because when you take the main sectors like the farming, and you find that the people who have been controlling these are losing everything. Some are selling out their farms to the foreigners just because they can't today afford maintaining these farms with the farming process and everything that they've been doing to the farms. It means that people have been pushed to the wall. I know many of you, from the story of Nebraska, you know the company of Tyson, the company that was shut down and sent 3,500 above people back to their homes because there was no job. This was not only affected the people, the 3,500 people who were employed directly, but we have many people who are being affected indirectly. The people who are affected indirectly are most than the people who are affected directly. So this means that the community is getting into a problem that they cannot solve themselves. So many celebrities, they caused this. Today, Candace Owens is saying clearly that she doesn't recognize his president. She doesn't recognize Trump as her president. So if an individual make this kind of decision, what do you feel or what do you think about the millions of people who are following her and millions of people who are following Trump because of her influence? Today they are making a decision of quitting MAGA and trying to explain themselves to the world and explain themselves to the white Americans, to their people. But how will this help the people today who have no jobs because of Trump's economy? How will this lower the prices of groceries? How will this remove all these tariffs that has affected the economy of America? How will this help the farmers who are losing their farms every day? That is what is making the Americans themselves come out and say that we cannot forgive the MAGA voters. We cannot accept them in our communities. We cannot accept them even if they walk out of MAGA, because them moving out of MAGA will not bring any change to the people or the community, because they already made a mess and the mess is there. It's eating them up every day. So today's Trump is losing because he's losing a lot. There's a midterm election that has been held across America, mostly in rural areas. And we take a look around all that's happening is that Trump's Republican Party has lost a lot of seats to the Democrats, and this all has happened because many people have lost hope, have lost faith and trust in Trump's regime. That's why when you ask them about this kind of regime, they'll tell you that we are not today part of this, and we will never be part of it. Drop your views in the comment section. What do you think about this? If you're watching me for the first time, kindly consider subscribing, sharing. Just leave a comment as we connect in the next episode to discuss more of the videos and updates of how it comes and happens each and every minute. And stay blessed.